Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It is time for our Week 14 preview prediction between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Standing room only at Ford Field. They're expecting to sell quite a few tickets for standing room. So if you can get down there, get down there. I totally plan to go to the Bears game if the Lions are still playing meaningful football January the 1st. But here we are. Our Super Bowl. This game to me is bigger than the Buffalo Bills game. There's a lot more writing on it. With a win at Ford Field, the Minnesota Vikings win the division. We cannot have that. So let's get right into it. Here are the stats. We like to do this. The playoff predictor has us with a 41.5% chance to win this game. The Minnesota Vikings, 58. Kirk Cousins, 290 out of 449 attempts for 2,933 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. So if you pressure Kirk Cousins, he can turn the ball over. Jared Goff is playing better than Kirk Cousins. He has 2 less interceptions at 7, 1 more touchdown at 19. He is 263 out of 405 for 3,022 yards. And he's playing very good football. Have not turned the ball over in a few games, I believe. He only has a few turnovers in this 4-1 winning kind of streak that we've been on as of late. Rushing yards. Dalvin Cook could have 1,000 yards with a 73-yard game at Ford Field, but right now 198 carries for 927 yards and 7 touchdowns. Jamal Williams, 14 touchdowns, leads the league in touchdowns, 188 carries for 769 yards. Receiving leaders, Justin Jefferson. I saw some Vikings podcast where he has to average 125-ish around there to get to 2,000. 88 receptions, 1,277 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 76 receptions, 830 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Those are the receiving leaders. If we go down to the injury report. For the Detroit Lions, Derek Barnes out, Awusika out, Chase Lucas out, Khalif Raymond is questionable, and Evan Brown is doubtful. That means that's going to be moved to out. Illness has been going around the Detroit Lions practice facility, very similar to the outbreak that we suffered last year. But I think Jeffrey Okudah was on this list as well, but I think that he's going to play, and we need him because he played very well against Justin Jefferson last year. Points per game. The Lions averaged 26.3, the Minnesota Vikings 24.1. Points allowed per game. Detroit is under 30. It keeps going down more and more and more. The more they hold teams to the least amount of points. And I think they are 4th in points allowed over the last 4 or 5 games. The Minnesota Vikings allowed 23.3. You're going to see that it's very kind of even as we go through these stats. Total yards, 379.3 for the Lions, 354.3 for the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings averaged 252.6 passing yards to 252.3 for the Lions. The Vikings rushing yards 101.8 to 127 for us. So we lead in rushing. Look how close yards allowed are. 414.7 to 414.2 for the Lions. That's insane. Pass yards allowed. 299 for the Vikings. You can pass on this defense. They rank last against the pass. I'm sorry. Hopefully they will be a thing of the past after this Sunday. To our 264.5 yards. Rush yards allowed. We still allow almost 150 yards at 149.7 to their 115.1. And if we go to the last 5 games, both of these teams are 4-1 in their last 5. The Detroit Lions lost a couple weeks ago against the Buffalo Bills by 3, and the Minnesota Vikings got the bricks beat off them by Dallas, coming off of that win over the Buffalo Bills, which they gifted them that game. So, who wins this game? I think the Detroit Lions are going to win this game. The way that we win this game, we need Jeff Okudah to shut down Justin Jefferson. He didn't beat us last time. We let KJ Osborne beat us. Dalvin Cook fumbled the ball. He doesn't really have great games against us. I think the average is 4.2 yards, somewhere around there. Get another turnover. Turnovers, pressuring Kirk Cousins will cause that. The Lions have been great over this winning streak of getting turnovers. We have to get more. I expect Hutch to have a big game. Somebody on that defensive line needs to have a big game. Jeff Okudah needs to lock down Justin Jefferson. On the offensive side of the ball, Jared Goff cannot, nor Jamal Williams can turn the ball over. They must protect the ball. We do that, get Jameson Williams more involved, stay on the ground, and Dan Campbell makes better coaching decisions than he made in week 3. We win this game. It's at home. The crowd's going to be behind us. The Minnesota Vikings, I saw a stat earlier today of what they average in false starts and delay of games. And the Detroit Lions are going to be at home. So the crowd's going to be behind them. They've been very disciplined when it comes to penalties. However, the last time we really saw Amani, he had like 5 or 6 holding calls. He will not be in the game this week. Well, at least I don't think he will. He might if push comes to shove, but I don't think we're going to see him. So if we just follow the game plan of last time, but this time we got to keep an eye on KJ Osborne. We have to watch the entire team. Dan Campbell said in his press conference today, this is a good football team. They win games. They know how to finish. That's true. They're 10-2. 10-2. In one-score games, had they flipped the other way and didn't go in the Vikings' favor, they would be 1-11. All right? Their 2 losses have been blowouts. And I want to say all of their wins have been within one score. So we need to pressure Kirk Cousins, contain Dalvin Cook. And if anybody's going to beat us, it's got to be Justin. But if Jeff Okudah can play even 40% of how he played him in week 3, then the Lions can win this game. Pressure Kirk Cousins. Limit, because you're not going to shut him down. Well, I don't think not 2 times in a row. Limit Justin Jefferson and limit Dalvin Cook. We can win this game. And we cannot turn the ball over on offense. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Who do you have winning this game? I have the Lions moving to 6-7. And most importantly, the Minnesota Vikings cannot clinch at our house. If they win on Sunday at Ford Field, in the locker room are the shirts and hats. Jalen Reagor opened his mouth, and we need to shut it. So that's my prediction. Let me know yours in the comment section below. You guys are awesome. I will see you on Sunday for the live stream. Go Lions.